At the end of last video, I told you to pause the video and try example 5 on your own. So if you have not done that yet, please pause the video and attempt to figure out what you need to input to get to this graph, find these two values, and state the domain. Okay, I hope you have had time to pause and attempt this on your own. So again, the goal is to get this piecewise defined function. How do we get it? 80% of this lesson is, do you know how to type this in? So we should have y equals x plus 3, and then your squiggly brackets, x is less than -1, and then y equals x squared, squiggly brackets when x is greater than or equal to -1. So we can see that -1 come into play because that is where this graph is changing from one function to the other. It is linear all the way up until -1. Once it gets to -1, then it turns into a quadratic, a parabola right there. Okay. So open and close circles, because this does not show us. My red line is when it is simply less than -1. So my red line here needs to be an open circle. My blue line, my quadratic, is when it is greater than or equal to, because it is or equals to, that one there should be a nice solid circle. And so here's what we have in Desmos. And I showed you on the very first one how it did show you closed circle and open circle, showing it was undefined. This one doesn't do that. So I don't know why it does it sometimes and not other times. But if you slide this over, you can kind of see it just never quite gets to that -1. So I don't see an open circle. You just never get to that -1. So I don't know if maybe if I go in closer, that work. No. So I don't know why it won't do that here, but you can see it's not getting to that -1. While on this blue one, if you follow it, it does get to that nice clean -1, 1. So that is my solid circle right there. You can see it's a nice closed solid circle. You just don't see that hollow circle here saying undefined. I don't know why, but with the colors, just which one has the bar? The bar is the closed, which one doesn't is the open, right? So then find f of -1 and f of 2. Well, we're actually using the same function for both of these. When f equals -1, I'm using my x squared. When x equals 2, I'm also using my x squared, because both of those have x values that are greater than or equal to -1. This one equals -1, and this one's greater than -1. So when I plugged in using parentheses, you should have got 1 and 4, and you do get the same answers when you are using your graph. When x equals -1, my y value is 1. When my x value is 2, my y value is 4. So you get that by using the graph as well. State the domain. We have numbers that are less than -1, greater than -1, and equal to -1. This is negative to positive infinity, because these lines have arrows and they are going forever. So make sure you know how to put these into Desmos. That is the majority of this lesson here.